This chapter begins with a family of 3 riding a car to get to a city where they bought a property there near the hero's HQ with a 35-year loan. So this dude has to work and pay for the loan for basically the rest of his life. And the son is just excited to see heroes in person. But then they see something flying like a bird near the HQ area. And turns out it's Saitama who's still holding Tatsumaki in midair. And then Tatsumaki is just trying to get away from Saitama as they are rolling around. And then she manages to slam him into the ground. But he's still holding her hand tightly. And Tatsumaki's like, "Why aren't you letting go of my hand? Are you into me too or something?" There's a 2 in it, so she assumes that Saitama is into Fubuki also, which is interesting in a way that he keeps getting misunderstood. I'm not talking about the romance aspect because I personally think he's not gonna end up with anybody, not Fubuki, not Tatsumaki, but feel free if you guys think he'll end up with either one of them. So Saitama replies that he doesn't want her to run away from him and destroy things, which then makes her mad because she thinks that is so disrespectful to her, who is way stronger than this random dude. So Saitama lets go of her hand, and this time she manages to send him flying, which she couldn't do in the last chapter despite using her full power. But this time it's like she does it effortlessly, so it's a bit confusing in terms of power scaling, but it is what it is. Anyway, Tatsumaki isn't done with Saitama, so she pulls out her signature move, which is Tornado. And Saitama shows a little bit of excitement and it's good for him. And then back to the monster containment room. The heroes gathered there to identify the cause of the great vibration that destroyed a bunch of things in the last chapter. And a member of Fubuki group says that they were attacked by a suspicious Esper, aka the Tsukiyomi guy, who are sealed in that ball of debris, along with the spy who infiltrated Fubuki group. But then the ball got destroyed from the inside, and that's it, they're gone. Then they got away from that building by a car, and turns out the Tsukiyomi guy has a name, and it's Apollo. Thank God, I'm tired of calling him the Tsukiyomi guy. So the Apollo finally got away and goes straight to their own HQ probably. And he still got fire in his eyes as he declares a war with Tatsumaki. So I think Apollo's existence makes a huge difference here because the resolve of their sisters' relationship wouldn't end just right after this fight between Tatsumaki versus Saitama ends, like in the webcomic. It opens up for other possibilities as well, like what if Apollo got powered up by God and became the toughest obstacle for Tatsumaki and Fubuki? Are there gonna be more heroes involved in fighting Apollo, and would Blast show himself once more knowing that God has something to do with it? I mean, it's fun to think about possibilities of serious outcomes, but I won't be disappointed if they made Apollo into a laughingstock instead. So the fight between the two goes on as Tatsumaki throws a lot of huge rocks at Saitama, and the vibration gets detected by the hero officer, but they mistakenly think that it is caused by monsters. I mean, she's not totally wrong. Tatsumaki is pretty much a monster herself. But then the family car from the beginning of this chapter is going near the scene, and the son could see Tatsumaki inside the tornado. And I really love the look of Saitama here. It's like he's taking it serious. Not as serious when he fought Garo, but it shows that he's having fun at least. And then Tatsumaki throws a barrage of huge rocks in the direction of the car, but Saitama saves them. And Tatsumaki claims that she knows what she's doing. So I think it means that she knows Saitama is capable of saving them, and she's just testing him out a little bit. And then Saitama thinks that he's just gonna wait until she wears herself out. But then as he deflects all the rocks, there is a specific one that goes in the direction of the car. And as he tries to save him, Tatsumaki outspeeds him and saves them first instead. And this is an incredible feat of Tatsumaki right here. And don't you think that this sequence is hilarious? Because they are sort of exchanging blows in terms of endangering and saving the family out of things they do against each other. And moreover, Tatsumaki calls him Baldy, and Saitama counters it by calling her midget. And the cherry on top is when the boy who's trying to hear her voice got shook once he hears of what Tatsumaki says. And the fight goes on with Tatsumaki smiling throughout the fight like she is having fun trying to destroy Saitama. And I think this is a new thing. I don't think I've ever seen her having an expression like this during a fight. And Saitama puts an expression like, "I'm so done with this." He wants to go home, and it indicates that he's getting serious and he wants to put an end to this immediately, but the chapter ends there. I think the real fight is about to begin in the next chapter. So let me know in the comments about what will happen to this fight, and also what's next for Apollo and his organization, and what are they gonna do to Tatsumaki and Fubuki. Alright, that's all. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.